Let's begin today's session. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare यं प्रवचन्तम् अनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं त्वं द्वापरोऽयुग तन्मयतया तर्वो वनेधुस्तं सर्वभूतिमातमृतिमनामनितानतोऽस्मि यस्वानुभवम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिथिसिताशां तमन्दम् संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्यासूनम् उपयामि गुरुमुनीनां मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गं लङ्घयति गिरिमित्रपादं वन्दे श्रीगुरुरताम् परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमेश्वरम्. So a warm welcome to all of you once again on this session on Bhakti Yoga, Science of Bhakti Yoga, Part 18. So today we'll have a little break. We'll discuss something about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, being tomorrow Gaur Purnima, and also auspicious in one sense because after a lunar eclipse, even 500 years back, after the lunar eclipse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this material world, on this material world. So in one sense, many things are coinciding. So it's very auspicious tomorrow that during the eclipse, we all chant Hare Krishna mantra, just like Advaita Acharya. He offered his prayers to Saligram with the water and Tulsi and chanting the holy name of the Lord. Similarly, let's all pray to the Lordship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend in our hearts while chanting the holy name, just like Advaita Acharya did. So very sincerely, seriously, let's take up this the process of chanting tomorrow during the eclipse time, say 3 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. So let's nicely sit properly and chant properly and hear properly, meditate the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and requesting him ardently, sincerely, uh, 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 we humbly to descend in our heart, to the Chaitanya Prabhu to appear in our hearts. So during eclipse time, any spiritual activity is done, it is multiplied many hundred or thousand times, they say. So many scriptures, uh, they uh, they they support or they promote to do spiritual activities, especially chanting of the holy name and reading scriptures during the uh, during the eclipse time. So similarly, so tomorrow is eclipse. So every Gaur Purnima will not be having eclipse. When once in a probably 10 to 15 years or 20 years, we may get eclipse during Gaur Purnima. So this is all coinciding, and it is as good as Chaitanya Prabhu appearing after the lunar eclipse 500 years back. So today we'll discuss something important about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 2 years back, I had been to Bangladesh. So previous to our partition, India's partition from East Bengal. So everything was one. We were all one together, and the east part of India was completely filled with, before the partition, I'm saying, filled with all Vaishnavas, only Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So 2 years back when I went there, still, even though the 5 years has passed, still the lot of people, there are there's only religion, I would say, the only religion and the only practice or only the ritual they followed is Gaudiya style, Gaudiya devotees, Gaudiya Vaishnavas practices, and they're chanting, they're putting tilak, do offering to Radha Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and practically in all of the Panchatattva, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, Gadadhar Prabhu, Shivas Prabhu, in all of the five, Except Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, all the three appeared in Bangladesh, the so-called today's Bangladesh. So Advaita Acharya appeared in Bangladesh, and Haridas Thakur appeared in Bangladesh, and Baladev Vidyabhushan appeared nearby, and Srivas Thakur appeared in Bangladesh, and Gadadhar Prabhu appeared in Bangladesh, and many great devotees, Narottam Das Thakur appeared in Bangladesh, and Rupa and Sanatana Goswami near the border of Bangladesh, called as Malda. So they appeared, and they used to live in the Rajasahi or just below that. So they used to stay in the Prem Bagh. So practically, the Bangladesh was full of Vaishnava, Gaudiya devotees, and if at all any atrocities is done to Hindus, is nothing is only to Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So there's no other Smartas, there's no Shaivas, there's no Madhvas, there's no Sri Vaishnavas, there's no any other sect. So only Gaudiyas are there. And all temples have been destroyed during the partition and things like that, because that was ruled by Pakistan before. East Pakistan used to call it East Pakistan. So the practically the whole of Hinduism has been spoiled in Bangladesh. There's hardly 8% during the partition. It was 28 or 30% Hindus, but now there's just 8% or less than that, 6 to 7%. So we have to understand before that, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in the eastern part of India, the whole of eastern part of India was completely with the Nirakaravadis or the Mayavadis. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is only because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates who really went to each and every house, went to each and every road, and went to each and every town and village and city and preached about the Krishna's pastimes and activities, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, distributed the literature. So much hardships they have put in. So if at all, if Srila Prabhupada has to get inspired by the Gaudiya, the philosophy, and further he took this whole philosophy to the Western world, and the whole of the world is inundated with the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna mantra, the putting tilak, doing devotional service, and offering to Krishna, bringing building up temples is only because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's potency in Srila Prabhupada. So we have to understand this. So when Krishna wanted to uh, he wanted to adopt the mood of Srimati Radharani, or basically to say to wanted to see the devotees mood. So because Krishna during his period, he was seeing that devotees are more excited and they're more ecstatic than me by doing bhakti. So we have to understand that Krishna was very curious. So what is that happiness that your all devotees are experiencing, that I want to experience that? To experience his own sweetness. So Krishna himself, so he took the unique form of a devotee, and this is to experience the fortune of a devotee. What is the fortune of a devotee? What is the ecstasy that devotee is experiencing? What is the mood that devotee is experiencing in doing a bhakti? So Krishna himself wanted to experience the devotee's mood. So that's what Krishna took the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So and also very importantly, Krishna wanted to take the mood of Srimati Radharani. That Srimati Radharani is experiencing so much of happiness, millions of times happiness more than me in serving me. So Krishna wanted to really wanted to know that how serving me the devotees are very happy. So Krishna was more eager to understand the greatness of her love to him. So Krishna wanted to take the mood of Radharani. So that's what we say. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna. So they manifested in its eternal form. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a manifestation of eternal form of Krishna and Radharani. That we have to understand. So in we have to understand in Bhagavatam that it explains that in Kali Yuga It is very special. What is that? That Lord has appeared in a Channa Avatara. It's called as Chaitanya Prabhu's incarnation is called as Channa Avatara. Channa Avatara means hidden incarnation. So he has taken a role of a devotee. The Krishna has taken a role of a devotee as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's what, and he's known as what? He's known as Namo Mahavadanyaya. So he's the most munificent, compassionate incarnation of Krishna. Because his compassion is so much unlimited that he gave the love of Krishna, the prema of Krishna, more than the gnana or the knowledge of Krishna. He gave the prema of Krishna prema, just like the Vrajavasis have, isn't it? But we can't become the Sahajiyas without the knowledge. That is very much true. But Krishna has given the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and everything. But Krishna wanted to give the Krishna prema also. So that's how he appeared in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he distributed this. So that is the highest goal of all humanity is what? To experience the Krishna prema. Just like the Westerners, you might have seen the YouTube videos and all those things. And we don't know what it is attracting them. We don't know how where they are so much loving this. They're taking up, right? They're putting tilak, they're putting sari, they're chanting holy name and doing book distribution, shaving their heads, braiding their heads, women. So much things they are doing. So there is called as a Krishna prema. The love of Krishna is so much, it is so intoxicating that that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came down to expound this Krishna prema to each and every one. And that's how he told the Set Goswamis of Vrindavan to write the literature on Krishna prema or Krishna bhakti or bhakti yoga. And that's how that is the only means of attainment of our spiritual goal in Kali Yuga, isn't it? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has transcended into this material world, and just very importantly, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as appeared in this material world, when he appeared in the material world, so many great devotees have made a marking or notes. So they made a notes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's divine activities. They have recorded. So it's all authentic biographies. So there are many biographies. There are many biographies. To state, there will be 10 to 15 biographies. So, but to list a few, 4 or 5 are very important. That is Murari Gupta's. Murari Gupta was Hanuman incarnation who saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's the birth activities. So that is the Chaitanya Mangala. So Murari Gupta, you should keep in mind that even though 500 years had passed, still the literatures are available, very authentic. It is the authentic biography has been recorded. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities have been recorded in authentic biographies. One is Chaitanya Mangala. You should know what is that? Chaitanya Mangala, written by Murari Gupta. And one more is Lochan Das Thakur, Chaitanya Bhagavata. So Lochan Das Thakur is a Chaitanya Bhagavata. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. So Murari Gupta says Chaitanya Charita. So Murari Gupta says Chaitanya Charita, and Lochan Das Thakur says Chaitanya Mangala, and Vrindavan Das Thakur says Chaitanya Bhagavata. Okay, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this 4 are very important books to understand the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's position, his activities. As Krishna also says, Janma Karma Chaime Divyam. It's all transcendental. So Murari Gupta's is Chaitanya Charita, and Lochan Das Thakur says Chaitanya Mangala, and Vrindavan Das Thakur says Chaitanya Bhagavata, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we have to understand that from this literatures, we have to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can say, Prabhupada used to say Chaitanya Charitamrita is like a postgraduate study. It is a postgraduate study. Because, you know, who wrote this Chaitanya Charitamrita? Chaitanya Charitamrita was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote that literature at the age of 92 or 95. Some scholars say 100. When he was 92 of age. Can you imagine? Do you have the memory? Do you have the Sanskrit or the poetic sense at 92 age? So it is blessing, special blessings of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And just imagine, just because of Chaitanya Charitamrita, that our parampara, it all started from Bhakti Thakur Maharaj. Because till the end of 17th century, so at the beginning of 17th century, because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left this planet, 100 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left this planet. So you can say in 16th century. So beginning of 16th century. And at the beginning of the 17th century, say 100 years, 100, 120, 150 years. So Chaitanya Charitamrita was very much prominent amongst the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. But what happened? Slowly it started deteriorating. It was lost. So the copies of Chaitanya Charitamrita was very hard to find, especially in the beginning of 18th century. So actually, even Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj also was had an impression, because after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there were a lot of apasampradayas who came about. Aula, Bola, Karta Beja, Neda, Sakiba, Sakibek. So like that, 7 to 8, the all apasampradayas popped up. And because of so many apasampradayas came up, practically the Gaudiya Vaishnavas was considered very low. It was considered only emotional, only bhavuk. And in a scholarly world, it was not at all recognized. And no one used to appreciate it because there was no institution. So many a times I used to always say, it is all Chaitanya Prabhu's plan to bring glories to Srila Prabhupada. If Chaitanya Prabhu himself, if he had started institutionalizing the whole thing, started an institution, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had started institution as a matha 500 years back, by now the matha would have been got so many gurus, and the Chaitanya's branch would have been grown so huge, trunks and twigs and branches and roots. It would have been big, no, they have become very big, solid family. And just like Shiva Vaishnavas are there now, or Madhva Brahmins are there, or Shivalli Brahmins are there, or Gauda Saraswat Brahmins are there. Similarly, there will be a Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gaudiya Bhaktas, or Gaudiya community would have been there. So this is, but Chaitanya Prabhu did not start institutionalizing the thing, or he started institution. So he left all to the devotees, and to bring glories to Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Srila Prabhupada. So very much important, we have to understand, practically the Chaitanya Charitamrita copy was lost by the beginning of 17th century. And that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj also was not getting the original copy or the authentic copy of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. But when you're searching so much, when he got that one copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita, then he publishes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj, he publishes Chaitanya Charitamrita along with his own commentary. So Bengali verse in his own commentary is called as Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. So he wrote Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. So he writes commentary to this, and he publishes. So in probably in the beginning of 19th century and things like that, this the publication was there. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj Amrita Pravaha Bhashya, and further he revised, reprinted with this Anubhashya and things like that. So it was all there. And in 1970, in 1970s is what Srila Prabhupada, when he was in the West. Prabhupada went to the West in 1965, right? So 1970, Srila Prabhupada, he thought it is a need of our organization to actually Chaitanya Charitamrita is the foundation philosophical uh, theses for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So, Srila Prabhupada, what he did in 1970, so he translated the whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita, word to word, translation, purport in English. So the commentary is all based upon the Amrita Pravaha Bhashya and Anubhashya of Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj. So when he brought into English language, just imagine, such a wonderful, right? Now they can translate to Kannada, translate into Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, so many languages. We are also able to read that. So what is this Chaitanya Charitamrita? We have to understand. Chaitanya Charitamrita, we all have heard about it, right? So we have to understand Chaitanya Charitamrita. When we were discussing, when Chanchalapati Prabhu was asked, he told me that please find out. This is some 6, 7, 8 years back story I'm telling you. So he told please find a Sanskrit scholar where we can translate the Bengali text into Sanskrit, Sanskritizing the whole thing. It's called as a transliteration. So then we are searching a lot of, because the person should be knowing a Bengali, and Bengali he should know the Sanskrit, and he should be a scholar of both. Then he can do this work job perfectly. So we had made a committee, and we had made that the almost 7, 8 scholars were there. So there, wonderfully, so much I was exploring the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita has almost 11,500 verses. 11,500 verses Chaitanya Charitamrita has. Can you imagine? Can you one words can you say make with Lagu Guru, Chandas and all those things? And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who was at the age of 92, he made this whole Chaitanya Charitamrita so big, voluminous, with almost 12,000 verses. And he divided into 3 parts. This whole Chaitanya Charitamrita has some Sanskrit verses into it, has some Bengali verses into it. So the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita has how many chapters, 62 chapters. And he divided the 62 chapters in 3 sections. One is called as Adi Leela, center is called as Madhya Leela, and third is called as Antya Leela. So even if you take this, as I said, 11,500 odd verses of whole Chaitanya Charitamrita, almost around 850 to 900 verses. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he quotes from different other literatures. It's not simply a poetic sense. He also refers a lot of scriptural injunctions, scriptural quotes from Bhagavatam and other Upanishads. So almost 800 to 900, he has to search, and he has to put, and he has to stitch the whole literature. It is practically impossible at the age of 92. So what is Chaitanya Charitamrita? Chaitanya Charitamrita deals with the Adi Leela. As I said, it is early pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And is a Madhya Leela. It is middle pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after taking sannyas. And the final pastimes is Antya Leela. So Adi Leela was taken by, even though Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was writing this, but he refers the Murari Gupta's Chaitanya Charita. So as I said before, so he refers the Chaitanya because Murari Gupta was a close associate, and he was elder to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he was there and he knew from the day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth, all those things. He witnessed. So based on Chaitanya Charita's literature written by Murari Gupta, there's Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he refers to that and he writes Adi Leela. And in many places in Adi Leela, he says, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that already many pastimes have been discussed in the Chaitanya Charita and Chaitanya Mangala and Chaitanya Bhagavata. So I'm not going to elaborate in those things. Only I'm going to elaborate in what pastimes which was not discussed in other literature, I'll be explaining here in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, and in the middle, basically in the Madhya Leela, he takes reference of Swarup Damodar. Swarup Damodar Goswami, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intimate associate, he takes his literature. So his literature, and based on that, he writes a Madhya Leela. And this is very much important, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he expounded or propounded the chanting of the holy name to the masses, but he discussed very confidential message, confidential relationship of Radha and Krishna and gopis and our relationship, all this with only confidential associates. So most of this Madhya Leela and Antya Leela, a lot of philosophical discussion is there. So we have to understand very nice that for in the first Adi Leela, the beginning to the end of Adi Leela, it is about Chaitanya Prabhu's the youthful age. At the end of this thing, then he gets sannyas. And the beginning of Madhya Leela itself is full of Chaitanya Prabhu's the pastimes. He discussion with Ramananda Rai, discussion with Sarva Bhattacharya, and his discussion with many devotees and his South India tour and many things like that. So we have to understand that at the end of Antya Leela, Antya Leela is more of uh, ecstasy mode, a separation from Radharani. So separation from Krishna, the mood of Radharani. So Chaitanya Prabhu takes the mood of Radharani, and in the Antya Leela, that all descriptions are there. So, very much important, we have to understand that Chaitanya Prabhu's pastimes, in whether in Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, Antya Leela, all filled with complete devotion and at the same time strictness. How a devotee should behave, what should be a devotee's etiquette. The devotee's abharana, the devotee's ornament is Vaishnava Maryada. So Vaishnava's etiquettes. So Vaishnava Maryada, Vaishnava are. So this is very much important. What should be the Vaishnava behave? How he should act? How he should deal with the devotees? So this is the ornament of a devotee. And that's what Chaitanya Prabhu was very strict in many things. So one side is devotion to Krishna, another side is strictness. So Chaitanya Prabhu's philosophy is very much important that he expresses that his whole philosophy with his conversations. How Chaitanya Prabhu write the book? No, Chaitanya Prabhu did not write a book. Chaitanya Prabhu wrote only Sishtashtaka, Ashtaka, 8 verses. Chaitanya Prabhu wrote only 8 verses. So Chaitanya Prabhu, what he did? He did conversation. He did conversation with the many devotees. So, what is the conversation? The conversation, if you have seen the book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, that is all wonderful conversation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had conversation with Ramananda Raya. What was the conversation? There's a teaching. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a conversation with Rupa Goswami. What is that? There's a teaching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a conversation with Sanatana Goswami. So what is the teaching? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a conversation with Prakashananda Saraswati. So what is the teaching? So these are all wonderful thing which is there in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and where the Chaitanya Prabhu's teachings has been captured in this discussions, in the conversations, wherein one can find what is Achintya Beda Tattva, what is Jiva Tattva, what is Ishvara Tattva, what is Shakti Tattva, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. All these things has been explained. See, our Krishna conscious movement is not some bhavuka, some emotional movement. No, it is full of jnana and vairagya also. So these tattvas are very strong, just like madhvas are very strong in philosophy, and smartas or Shungeri Mat are very strong in philosophy with the Sanskrit quotes and analogies and debates which they have. Similarly, we also are very much strong. Our Goswamis have written a lot of literature in Sanskrit, lot of literature. Just like Hari Bhakti Vilas has so many thousands of verses. That was the first book of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, written by Sanatana Goswami. Hari Bhakti Vilasa. What are the do's? What are the don'ts? So many things are there. Apart from the Achitya Tattva, the Jiva Tattva, and the Ishvara Tattva, Abhideya, Prayojana, Sambandha, all these tattvas and the philosophical understanding, the theses, the principles, everything has been made and given to us, ready made by these Goswamis. So so even though, as I said, Chaitanya Prabhu, to the general public, he spoke about the holy name and chanting all those things. But to his intimate associates, he used to discuss the relationship and with Jiva to the Lord, relationship with the gopis to Lord, and all those things. Panchatattva, Jada. So what is Panchatattva? Sorry, what is we call Prapancha, right? We call Prapancha. This world is Prapancha. So there's a Vedas, the relationships with the Jiva Bheda. Jiva Jiva Sambandha. So what is a Jiva Jiva? Some relationship of Jiva Jiva. And what is Jiva and Paramatma? What is Sambandha? And what is the Paramatma Jada Sambandha? So what is the Jada and the Jiva Sambandha? And finally, what is the Jadas and Jada Sambandha? So like that, there's five prapanchas are the, it's called as prapancha. So made up of relationship between the Jiva, between the Paramatma and the Jada. So like this, the nature should be this. So we have to understand this. And in this way, the reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand lot of philosophical details, especially in Adi Leela. In the beginning, almost 16 to 17 chapters, the Krishna's Goswami explains about the during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu time itself, that how the tree of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the disciples, grand disciples, and the tree was so huge, the branches, sub branches, what are their names, what are their this thing. So just imagine Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left 100 years after, the branch and the trees had grown so big. But because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted the glories and everything to be given to Srila Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj and all those things. So he did not start an institution or organization. So he gave a freedom to, to flourish by itself. So very importantly, when you go to Vrindavan, there are three important deities for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What is called? What is Radha Gopinath and Radha Madan Mohan and Radha Govinda. These are the three important deities. So Radha Madan Mohan is by Sanatana Goswami, right? And Radha Govinda is by Jiva Goswami. And Radha Gopinath is by Madhu Pandit Goswami. So you have to understand that is these three deities are the life and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So that's what we offer our obeisances. Sambandha Devatabhyo Namaha, Prayojana Devatabhyo Namaha, Videya Devatabhyo Namaha. So we do during a puja and all those things. So we have to understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is and Krishna himself. He wanted to incarnate in the Kali Yuga. So he manifests himself in his six features. So what are the six features that is explained in the beginning of this Adi Leela? So Adi Leela, first out I said, no, 16 chapters is full of description about the different branches of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? And all those things. And after that, there is a philosophy where discuss about Chaitanya, the Krishna, how he manifests himself in six features. What are six features? Krishna himself appears. Okay, that is a Isha. So Krishna himself appears, that is Isha. And Krishna appears as his avatara, that is incarnation. Like Rama, Narsimha, like that avatar. And Krishna himself expands as is a Prakasha, means his expansions like Balrama, isn't it? So his expansions. So this is all Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Rudra, like that. So they're all Prakasha. There is expansions of Lord. So Isha means himself, and his incarnation is Avatara, and third one is his expansions is Prakasha, and fourth one is his Shaktis. Means Radharani, Lakshmi Avatara, Rukmini Satyabhama, and all this Shakti Tattvas. Krishna, he expands himself in this material world in different times. And the fifth one is he expands himself as a gurus, right? He expands himself as a guru. So either he comes as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to guide us, or he comes as an Narada Muni to guide us. So Shakti-avesh Avatara, we call no. There's avatars also on the six types. What is a Guna Avatara, Leela Avatara, Manvantara Avatara, the Purusha Avatara, so Shakti-avesh Avatara. So like that, the six avatars are there. So this are all very deep subject which is explained in the Bhagavad Chaitanya Charitamrita or teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So why I'm saying this thing? Why? What is the importance of this? Why Krishna expands himself or manifests himself in these six features? So Guru and last one is Bhaktas, Bhakta Avatara. Like Srivas Thakur is a Bhakta Avatara. So like this, we have to understand that Krishna himself manifests in six features in this material world. So we all know Guru means what? Let's go like this. Guru means what? We have two types of gurus. What is a Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru, right? So a disciple should consider Guru as God himself. Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastre, isn't? So it's not different from him. You have to understand. So Siksha Guru, also there are two types of Siksha Gurus. So basically the three types of Guru. One is Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. So one is Vartama Pradashaka Guru, Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Vartama Pradashaka Guru means someone who has brought you to Krishna consciousness. They have invited you to Krishna consciousness, things like that. That is called as a Vartama Pradashaka Guru. And as a Shiksha Guru is always trying to instruct you, is mentors or guides. And Diksha Guru is always only one. So there can be many Shiksha Gurus, but only one Diksha Guru. So in Siksha Gurus also, Lord himself acts as a Chaitya Guru in our heart. So Lord inside the heart as a Chaitya Guru, Antaryami, so he rides inside our heart. And externally is many guides and mentors can be there. So we have to understand if at all if you want to approach a spiritual life, you have to approach through the Guru itself. So it is important. That's important fundamental aspect of spiritual life. So then the bhaktas of Lord is also what? They're pure devotees. They're always constantly engaged in the activities of Krishna, like Srivas Thakur and great devotees, or Chaitanya Prabhu's Parshadas, like Ramanand Rai. They're all bhaktas. Sarup Damodar, Ramanand Rai, Jagadananda Pandita, Mukunda Dasa, Tapan Mishra, all are Parshadas of Chaitanya Prabhu. So avatars, we all know avatars as a Guna avatars, Purusha avatars, and different avatars. So and Prakasha means is incarnation, lot of incarnation. So is Shaktis, and Shaktis is 16,108 queens of Dwarka and all the Shaktis. So we have to understand this, his philosophy that Krishna and Balram appeared in the Kali Yuga in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda. So just like it's a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like the sun and Nityananda Prabhu is like a moon. So both came to this material world to dissipate the darkness of ignorance in the people's heart. So that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, who came in this to this material world to give the love of Krishna to and infuse the love of Krishna in everyone's heart. Otherwise, there was no concept of even if you take Kanakadasa and Punadasa in South India, or Mirabai, or if you take Annamaya Ramdas, there's all Kirtana. So if I can't sing Telugu or Malayali or Marathi or Hindi, I can only depend upon Kanakadasa Pradasa because I'm a Kannadiga. Or someone who is a Telugu people, so they can only chant the Telugu Kirtanas. Or someone who is a Marathi, you can only chant the Marathi Abhangs. So this is different things are there. So, but here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a revolutionary idea he made that he gave the name of the Lord. Like Pranodasha Karadasa say, Harinam Avanelendara Kulakotigal Uddharisvavu. So all these things. Okay, I will do Kirtana Bhajana, I will do. But here her chanting of Hare Krishna was a direct no. Okay, you are explaining or glorifying the holy name, but instead of explaining glorifying the holy name, is just take the holy name. They chant in different tunes. Have Brother Kartal chant in different tunes and dance. And even if you take Kanakadasa, Purandasa, Anamaya, Ramdasa, they would do only tala, some tala, ting, 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 or raise little hand, that's all. That's all. Or put the tala in the leg, left to right, right hand. Not like us, dance, jump, dance, scream loudly, Krishna, please save me, like that. And Hare Krishna, chant so loudly. And you go to the roads, and you go to the gullies, and people are astonished, oh, what these people are doing. Oh, they are chanting so loudly, they are dancing. It is new to now also, many people. It's new to them, isn't it? So, it is all because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are all shy actually to go. It's because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Actually, when I was also coming to initiate to ISKCON, I was very much shy to lift my hands in front of the Lord. So, over a period of time, probably it may be same case in all of you. So now we are chanting, dancing, and praying to the Lord so openly, isn't it? Is all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So they have appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu have appeared in this material world to see, actually they are not yeah, indifferent to the ignorant people. They want to liberate the ignorant people. Today someone came, they sent online from Chennai, they sent some 18,000 rupees. And I called them, okay, you send this money, so how I should use it for? For what purpose? Please send your name, Nakshatra Gotra, I have to do puja. So then that woman, she said that, no, Swamiji, I'm giving this 80,000 for the Loka Kalyana. lot of people are suffering this material world because of the war and all those things. Please pray for everyone's happiness and safeness, and everyone should be safe at their home, and they can take care of the family, and they will be saved from the death or the disease or anything like that. So please pray for everyone's happiness. Please for everyone's safetyness. So that lady was praying like that. I was saying, what a wonderful lady. You're paying your own money. Even you don't want your name and Nakshatra Gotra to be chanted, but you're so selfless. Such a wonderful. Actually, whole of Bhagavad Gita. See, even I was just thinking this Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, right? Yeah, actually, even Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, when you go to the Prem Bagh, when Chaitanya Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami was staying in the now present day Bangladesh, actually they have the Radha Kunda, they made Shama Kunda, they made Giri Govardhan, they replica of a Vrindavan they had already created when they were the ministers. So after that, when they got to know the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is coming to the Malda, they want to go take the darshan and they want to surrender to him and dedicate their life to him. There, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then when both of brothers go, Santara Goswami, Rupa Goswami, both of them go and putting the straw in their mouth, they offers the Dandavat Pranam to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Oh, your Rupa Sanatana, I have been waiting for a long time. Okay, come. How are you?" And then Rupa Goswami, they says, "Kiyami kenamar japatapatra." Since he says, "I don't know who am I? What is my position? I don't know. I don't have any devotional life. We are all lechas." Huh? Actually, just imagine the mood. They're putting themselves as an ignorant person so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would give the knowledge for all of us to be benefited. Just like Arjuna also was a great scholar. Arjuna has so much of power to, last week also we were discussing, right? He has so much of mind power. He has so much of dharana Shakti that he was able to infuse the mantras into the arrow and send Vayu Astra, Agni Astra, that Astra, this Astra. Can you imagine? Sound converting into the form, isn't it? So, but he himself is saying, I can't control my mind, Krishna, I can't control the wind, I can't control the mind. So himself they're putting in the position of being ignorant so that we'll be benefited. Or just like Sanatana, what is that? This Sukadeva Goswami, when he came there, so Parishit Mar, he knows Sukadeva Goswami is a Parivrajakachaри. He will not stay more than a householder can milk the cow. He will stay only for that time. He will all go away because he's Parivrajakachari. He will just take the milk and he keep moving. He will not stay in a place. If Rupa Goswami, sorry, I'm very sorry. If Sukadeva Goswami has to stay there for 7 days and 7 nights, and just imagine how much Parishit Maharaj is putting himself as an ignorant and asking so many questions, continuously engaging Sukadeva Goswami, so that we will be benefit today. So, Bhavadbhir Loka Mangalam is very much important. One philosophy, what I understood recently, there was one house program. So I had been to the house program, and that man is so open. I've been seeing him from a lot of means from many years, and he's donating so much money to the temple. Whatever he gets, he simply donates to temple. And that day I went, and he was so much serving everyone, and giving clothes to every people, and given whatever he has, he is completely doing. Okay, he may be rich and things like that. But during the puja also, with full heart, with full involvement, with full absorption, he was into the puja. And whatever he was doing so perfectly, and so much of punya he was getting. So because they want, what I saw was, when you start giving things keep falling off, coming to you. So when you start to restrict yourself, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, and you assign yourself, and you create boundaries around yourself, your assets, your people, your knowledge, and things like that. Knowledge has to be given. And if you think like that, it will become, it will rot, and it will decrease. You start giving away, and things keep coming down, coming to you. Things keep coming to you. That is nature's law. So that one should have the mood of giving, at least. When you have the mood and desire to give and for the others' benefit, lokamangalam, others' happiness. Actually, we should pray. We all should pray for others' happiness. Let her, just like if you feel someone you he is your enemy, or someone you feel he is that you don't like him, you pray for him. You pray for him. You take his name in front of the Lord. If you know Nakshatra Gotra, everything, take his name and pray for him and pray for the people whom you don't like. Pray for the people whom you don't know and pray for these things. When you start praying in this way, don't pray for ourselves. Automatically, Lord will be pleased. He will take care of you. Yoga Kshemaham. Correct? Otherwise, if you're asking for this has to happen, that has to happen, you yourself start doubting the Lord whether the Lord knows your position or your situation. First of all, when you're praying, you are for yourself. That itself shows that you don't have faith and conviction and dependence, the conviction that Lord knows about you, your story. You think that Lord doesn't know your story. And I have to express, I have to pray to the Lord that I'm undergoing so much of problem. So please save me. So then Lord will just laugh at you. No, this fellow doesn't has full conviction that I take care of all of his the wants and needs, isn't it? Yogakshamaham. So similarly, we have to understand the people generally in the material world, they all do for dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Isn't it? When you get when you do dharma, for what? Why do you do dharma? Go to the temple, do puja. For artha, they want money, they want position, they want money, they want name, fame, prestige, position. And when they get artha, then they will do sense gratification, kama. So when they're doing kama repeatedly, when they get frustrated, when then they start seeking relief, then becomes moksha. So the whole of this material world, everyone is going under this cycle, this dharmartha kama moksha, dharmartha kama moksha. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was such a great the avatara where he is expressing that something that's beyond his purusharthas. Not just for Chaturudha Purusharthas. It's called the Pancha Purusharthas. Prema Pumarto Mahan. Bhagavad Prema is very much important. Pure bhakti to Krishna is unhindrance. Love for the God is more important. Then all this becomes secondary. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, even Moksha. So it should be Moksha is also kind of selfish motive. Even that you should not have. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching. That's what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ahinanda Tanuja Kinkaram me bhavam budau krupaya tava pada pankaja situdoli sadrasham vichintaya ashlishava pada nata pinashtumam adharmama. So you see ashlishama, you put me under your feet, my Krishna, and trample me and make me disgusted and suffering, no problem. Or you just lift me and hug me, water, no problem. But I am always your sevak. You do whatever you want to with me. I am a sold out slave. Ashlishava padamam pinastumam adarshamam karma hatam karotu va yata tatava vidadoto lampato mat pranam viyamastu naparaha. So that is a wonderful last verse of Shikshashtakam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu have descended to this material world to destroy all the ignorance of the people in our heart. That we have to understand. And instill what? And install the Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prema in our heart. This is very much important we have to understand. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a wonderful munificent incarnation that that he has come in our life, and we are so fortunate to take the holy name. Otherwise, very difficult to take the chanting, very difficult to leave meat eating. How it is possible to leave meat eating? Can you yourself, many people who have been eating that, you yourself look back and say, how I left my meat eating, how I left my onion garlic, how I left my coffee and tea, how I left this and that. You yourself, you'll be astonished. Very difficult by yourself. You do fasting. Tomorrow is Gaura fasting. You do fasting, isn't it right? So Krishna, so it's something is transcendental beyond human comprehension. We can't understand. So pastimes of Krishna are all transcendental, and Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are also very transcendental, and that we have to properly understand. So basically, you have to understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in this material world is very divine, and there are external reasons, there are internal reasons. So in next 5 minutes, just 5 more minutes I'll take. So what are the external reasons for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance? So very much important we have to understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, had been predicted, right, in Bhagavatam that he is going to appear in this in this material world in Kali Yuga. Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam Swangopanga Shapashadam. That so many verses are there in Mahabharata, in so much Upanishads and Puranas to explain. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj has compiled all the predictions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in different Puranas, Upanishads, and everything. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj. So even in see the Bhagavatam, when Gargamuni was doing Namakarana for Krishna, so that time Gargamuni he says that in the in the Kali Yuga, sorry in Dwapara Yuga, how Lord will appear. In Treta Yuga he appears in red, that is Varaha Murti, and in Satya Yuga he appears as white, Shweta Varaha, and in Kali Yuga he appears as a golden complexion. He says yellow color. And in Bhagavatam also, Karabhajana Muni, and he also he says what that is a Krishna Varnam, Akrishnam. So not black color. So he'll be yellow color. So like that, many predictions are there compiled by Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj. You have to understand. So only even in Bhagavatam, end of Bhagavatam, Yagne Sankirtane Prayehi Echantihi Sumedasa, it means that who are Sumedasa, who are intelligent people, Yagne Sankirtana, Yagna, Sankirtana Yagna, who does? They are real intelligent people. So that's what, which incarnation came and explained this Sankirtana Yagna? Oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna himself, he want, see, if any dharma, yada dharma, whichever dharma has to be established, Lord himself will come and establish right. Like Buddha, Buddhism, like Jaina, Rishabhadeva. So whatever is Lord himself will come to establish a religion. Or Lord Savatara will come and establish. So similarly here Lord we have to understand that Lord himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came and established this Sankirtana Yagna to make us all intelligent people. So just like Advaita Acharya, he felt compassion for all the divinities who were suffering, and he offered the Tulsi every day and the Ganda to the Saligram, Ganga Jala every day, praying for his descent on this material world. So to deliver all the people of this Kali Yuga. So just like Advaita Acharya prayed, we should also pray very sincerely, ardently, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come and appear in our hearts. So there are so what are the three reasons of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance? External. There are three external reasons. So you have to understand what are the three external reasons. The three external reasons of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance is that Krishna appeared in this material world to inaugurate the Harinama Sankirtana, to inaugurate the Nama Sankirtana. So that is the first one. And second one is to bestow the Prema Bhakti or Krishna Bhakti to even a common man. Isn't it? Just like when you started chanting and all, we feel so much, sometimes tears come, or sometimes we feel so nice, happy, elated, ecstasy, sometimes it comes. We feel, experience that, isn't it? So to bestow the Prema Bhakti or Vraja Bhakti, just like Vrajavasis. So even though Vrajavasis had not learned Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, they were loving Krishna. So Krishna wanted that to teach people. That's why he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the third reason for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's external reason for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance is that Advaicharya, out of his compassion, he prayed to the Lord Vishnu to deliver all the people of this material world by the Kali Yuga's process. What is Sankirtana Yagna? Isn't it? So we have to understand that primarily that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give the Krishna Prema and to propagate the Raga Marga or Raga Bhakti to all and each and everyone. And what are the internal reasons? What are the internal reasons for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance? You have to understand. Internal reasons are very much important. That is just like there are external reasons, three reasons. There are three internal reasons also of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So what are the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's three internal reasons is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted Krishna when he expressed himself to experience the love of Srimati Radharani. So this is very confidential. Confidential. This internal reason is very confidential. Reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance is one is that Krishna desired to understand that the greatness of Srimati Radharani is bhakti, her seva, her service, her love for Krishna. That how the Radharani is getting millions of times ecstasy more than me by serving me. That I want to, and continuously she is that is expanding. It's not deteriorating. So, and at the same time, she is so free from all the pride, all the name, fame. She doesn't want anything, want to serve Krishna, want to serve Krishna. What is that happiness she is getting? What is the ecstasy she is getting? And the second reason is Krishna want to desire the taste of his own sweetness, that Madhuri Rasa. Just like Krishna, once he saw his face in the river. That time there's not mirrors and mobiles and things like that. So when he saw his own the facial features in the river, he got so much attracted. He was so beautiful like that. So Krishna wanted to taste his own sweetness, Madhuri Rasa. And the third reason is Krishna wanted to experience the happiness what Radharani experienced. So first one is to Krishna wanted to know the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love. Second one is he wanted to experience his own happiness, that is Madhurya Rasa, his own taste of his own taste. Oh, what great I am! How great I am! So, and the third reason is Krishna was hankering to experience the appearance of Radharani, the happiness she is experienced by Radharani. So, these are the external reasons that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, external reasons and internal reasons. This has been very much explained in the Jiva Goswamis and Rupa Goswami, Tattva Sandarbhas, Shat Sandarbhas, and many books. So each and every Sandarbha as voluminous books like Paramatma Sandarbha, the Jiva Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, like
Yeah.
that. So the Shat Sandarbhas. So like that, we have to understand here. So it's already time up now. So anyway, so wish all of you a happy Gaur Purnima. Tomorrow is Gaur Purnima. So try to, just like as I said before, please pray to Advaita just like Advaita Acharya. And we are also fortunate that tomorrow is Chandra Grahan. And during the Chandra Grahan, we have to really do a lot of spiritual activities. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, anyway, tomorrow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's is appearance day. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to give a small brief about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived for 48 years. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the first 24 years, he lived in Navadvip. And after that, the next 24 years, he lived in Jagannath Puri. And even during Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the South India tour and many things happened. This thing. So it's Adi Leela and there's a Shesha Leela. So Adi Leela is 24 years and Shesha Leela is 24 years. So like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to experience the Chaitanya Srimati Radharani's mood that he appeared here. And as I said, 2 years back, we went to this Shailet. Shailet is one place in Bangladesh. So Shailet is one place called as Bangladesh where um Sachimata was born. So there is a place called and below that is called as Srihata, and below that place one more district is called as Srihata. In the Srihata there was Upendra Mishra. Upendra Mishra was Chaitanya Prabhu's grandfather, and Upendra Mishra had 7 sons, and fifth son was Jagannath Mishra. So Jagannath Mishra was who? Jagannath Mishra was the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi, they transmigrate, they migrate to the Ganges before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. So they transmigrate there. All the devotees transmigrate. Just imagine, they were knowing before only, I think so, that there will be partition of Bangladesh and India. So after Advaita Acharya was born, he was almost near Meghalaya. The Bangladesh touching Meghalaya. So that is called as a Pon Tirtha, where Advaita Acharya, he comes to Mayapura and stays there before Chaitanya Prabhu's birth. And even the Jagannath Mishra, Sachimata, after the newly married, they moved to this Navadvipa. It was a center of scholarship. It was a center of lot of economics, things like that. But externally, socially, we can speak like that. But it's all Lord's will. And Rupa Goswami, what is that? Rupa Goswami, Saraswati Goswami, they were somewhere else. And Haridas Thakur was near the Benapole. Benapole is almost near the border of Calcutta to Bangladesh. He comes to this thing, Navadvipa. And Shivas Thakura and Gadadhar Prabhu, they are at Chittagong. If you see the Chittagong in the Bangladesh, Chittagong is almost near the Burma, next to the border of the Burma. They come to Navadvipa, and Pundrikaksha Vidyanidhi comes to this thing, and so many devotees. They all come to Navadvipa before Chaitanya Prabhu's birth. They appear there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for 13 months, he was in the womb of mother. He never came outside. So when his grandfather Nilambar Chakravarti, so mother's Sachinan Sachi Mata's mother's father name is Nilambar Chakravarti. Actually, even now there's a small temples, very small. Upendra Mishra's means Chaitanya Prabhu's father's father, grandfather's place. Everything is dilapidated. Everything is they're not taking care. Everything there's no. At least in India, we have this ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. We protect and protect the monuments and renovate things like that. But in Bangladesh, they don't have anything like that. So just 5 years back, everything is dilapidated. Everything is gone. Trees and things have grown up inside the houses. Everything. So we have to just go and see things there. Hardly we can do anything. So Chaitanya Prabhu and Sachi Mata, sorry, this Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, when they were living in the Navadvipa, so they gave birth to 8 daughters. The first 8 daughters, they all died one after that, one after that, one after the one started dying. So they was always unhappy. So what is happening? Why? What karma is there? So Jagannath Mishra, they started worshipping Lord Vishnu. So meanwhile, this Advaita Acharya also was worshipping, isn't it? So then the Vishwarupa was born. The first Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother's name is Vishwarupa. He was born. And after there was nothing but the incarnation of Lord Balrama. Later, Vishwarupa leaves home early, probably 15 years or 16 years, leaves home and goes to South India and take Diksha, and he becomes Shankararanya. He become later, take sannyas, he becomes Shankararanya in Pandrapura. He leaves his body in Pandrapura. So that is there. And the second son was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata were wondering, oh, this son also may die. That's why they kept the name as Nimai. Nimai means Nimba. Nimba means bitter, isn't it? So neem is bitter, right? So seeing the name of the child, Yamaraj or the Mrityu should go away because his name itself is a bitterness. So like that, Nimai. And also he was born below the neem tree. That is also there. So in so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu almost was there in his mother's womb for 13 months. And in the same month, the 13th month, he appeared on this material world to bless countless millions of souls. And that was during the what is moon eclipse, lunar eclipse, the same time. So, and everyone was chanting the holy name and taking bath and everything, things like that. That time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And whole of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grandfather, Leelama Chakravarti himself, he predicts that this person will be, who was born who in this month. And he perfectly says that the Lagna is in a Simha Lagna and is born when in the Simha Rashi, there is a Chandra in this house. In the Simha Rashi, how is the Chandra? And so many things he explains that this person going to will be inundating the three worlds with the holy name and delivering all the people like that. So many pastimes are there when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a young pastimes and all those things. So probably if you get some time or tomorrow, just keep meditating upon those pastimes. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taken by store or taken by the thieves and that pastime, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he tested the Brahmana who came to their house when he was a small boy, the sweet rice pastime. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he tamed the snake, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating the dirt and Sachimata chastises him, the philosophy he says. And all those things, the Adi Leelas, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and you can just keep meditating upon that and praying just like Advaita Acharya to appear, to make Chaitanya Prabhu appear in our hearts. So having said this, thank you all for your patientful hearing. So let's all pray ardently and sincerely and with all devotion, with all love and devotion, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should be pleased by our activities and bless us more with spiritual strength so that we can please our Guru and the community at large for with Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande
Prabhu,
Hari
Hare
Hari.
Krishna. Prabhu,
Yes,
ಪ್ರಭು ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ನನಗೆ ಎರಡು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
tell me.
ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭು, ಗುರು ಪೂಜಾ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫೈಸ್, ಅದೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
Okay, We'll take
Okay.
it forward. You can just type in the message and
Uh,
look forward in the next class to discuss on this. Thank
okay.
you so much, Srila Prabhupada ki
So,
jai.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್
Tell me.
ಪ್ರಭು ಸ್ತೋತ್ರ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ
Uh,
ಮೈಸೂರು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್
uh,
ಅವರು he has taken one class. Is it offensive to consider Shiva as demigod? In
hmm.
that it is explained that Durga Devi is also internal potency of Krishna.
Yes.
So how do we consider this, Prabhu? I don't. Probably we can take it up in the next class if it is time consuming.
Yeah, there is basically Samvit Sandhini Aladini Shakti. So
Uh,
Samvit Shakti, he expands into the Maya. So Maya
hmm.
Shakti, that we can explain. So that is there.
Okay.
Suresh Babu wanted
Hare
to say something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, my name is Nirmala. I have one question, Prabhu. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, what is the connection with Mayapur? Sorry, Navadvip and and Vrindavan.
Connection. Basically, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in Navadvipa, and Navadvipa was a center of learning, and most of them were Mayavadis and Shunyavadis, Nirvisheshavadis, and practically was no bhakti there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to come and convert the scholars who was to stay there so that the general population, the people would follow the scholars. Just like if tomorrow, if Kohli, just like Kohli is going to, Kohli and Anushka are going to some Swamiji, and everyone wants to go to that Swamiji, everyone wants to take photo, everyone to follow that. Similarly, Yadyat Acharya Sheshtaha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to convert this Nirvisheshavadis, Shunyavadis, Mayavadis, and all those the so-called scholars who are bereft of bhakti, which is very much important in Kali Yuga for a common man. They may be scholars, but what is the use for the common man? So that was very much important. Otherwise, slowly people will all leave this dharma, and that's why so much conversion of Muslim happened, because the scholars are not in their duty to infuse the love of God in the people's heart. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to first convert them so that they will do their duty. So, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's connection with Vrindavan is nothing but that he is going back to his abode. That Vrindavanam is nothing but is a spiritual world, right from the Goloka. It has descended here in this material world. So, and he is going there and he went there to revive or renovate or rejuvenate the lost holy places of Vrindavan after Vajranabha. Vajranabha was Krishna's grandson who renovated few things. And after that, many thousands of years, say 4,000 years, which passed away, and practically the whole place was dilapidated and completely was rubbed off. Where is Radha Kunda? Where is Shama Kunda? Where is Kadamba Kanana? Where is Kadambavana, Nandagav? Everything was completely lost, and he employed, or he assigned the Sat Goswamis and other Goswamis, Loknath Das Goswami and all great Goswamis to renovate and rejuvenate those places, and that's how they rejuvenated the whole place. And that's now we can find a lot of Gaudiya Vaishnavas and Bengalis in the central part of India. So that is a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's great contribution to revive the Krishna's pastimes and activities places in Vrindavan and Mathura. So thank you all so much. Srila Prabhupada ki
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.